Hi, my name is Christie, and before I came to ATC, I lived everywhere. I did whatever I wanted to do. Even growing up at home, we didn't have a stable place to live, and I took that into adulthood. I was a high-risk person. I put myself into dangerous situations without even realizing that I was doing that, and it landed me in jail a couple of times. I didn't know how to react to certain situations, and I didn't know how to be a responsible person because I never had responsibilities. Because I didn't have the responsibilities, and I was always moving around and in those situations, I was assaulted when I was down in Virginia, and I ended up in the hospital. And because of that incident, I realized that it's no longer safe to just travel, I guess, especially by yourself. I called my pastor, the only pastor I know, actually, Pastor Vern and Miss Cheryl, and talked to them for a while about the way I was living and how I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't do it. I had to change. I had to make a change, and they brought me here. They brought me to ATC. I had many addictions before I came here, but after being here, I discovered that my biggest addiction was running. I could handle the being clean part. I could handle everything except for having to sit still. When it came to that was the hardest thing for me to do. There was a time when I wanted to run. I wanted to leave the program. And any time in my life when I felt that way, no one's ever told me or asked me not to. So I've always gone. This time when I wanted to run, I had staff, some interns that mean a lot to me, and the pastor and his wife that brought me ask me to stay. They told me it was worth it. Give it a shot. And that right there made the world of difference in my program. Before I came here, I didn't have a relationship with God. I barely knew Him, and I didn't even know what to expect of Him. Since I've been here, I've got to know Him. I got to know Him through Bible studies, through our studies. I used to pray to Him, but I never understood who I was praying to. As far as any of that goes. Now I get it. He does answer prayers, and He's a good Father. I know where He comes from. I know where His heart's at, and I never want to leave that will. Honestly. Since I've been here, I've actually made friends. I've got friends, I got mentors, I got people that I look up to, and even just walk alongside of. We have several girls over the year. I've seen a lot of them that I thought would have made the program, not make the program, and the blessings were seeing those who did stay, who are staying, watching God work in them. To see the way that they come in and to just watch them grow in their changes, it just is amazing. And even our staff, our interns, they're growing right along with us, even though they kind of help guide us. They're just a different level of guidance. Since I come into the program, I've seen several families be restored, and I've been praying for over 9 months, that be my story, that I could come in and be like, God restored my children to me, and we're a happy family. And now that I'm almost graduating, it still hasn't happened. But there was a time when God answered me on that one, and He told me that my children were very scarred young adults, you know, and which they are. And my relationship with him isn't going to be based on blessings. You know, he'll bless me, but that's not what our relationships is going to be about. It's going to be about my faith in him and what I'm going to do for him. And through that, he'll fix the things that have been broken and restore everything that I've lost. Oh, Lord. Praise and worship at ATC, our Friday chapels, they can move mountains. We get together and actually become one, you know, when we move into our worship. And I'd like to say that it's all the singing and the joy that we feel, but throughout that worship, we go to the altar. We take it to the altar, and there's a lot of prayer at the same time as the worship. And scripture, you know, somebody will stand and read a scripture or quote a scripture, and it just brings everything together. And I really love our Friday chapels. When I leave ATC, right now my hope is to get my chaplain's license. I'm really looking forward to going into jail ministry, if that's where it leads me. But I know my chaplain license is going to be a part of it, and I can't wait to give back to my church what they've given to me by giving me this program. So if there's anybody out there watching this video right now, if you know someone that's hurting, that's struggling, that's lost in their addictions, God and ATC together can fill that. They can fix that for you. God is the answer that we're looking for, so don't give up hope.